Fans of the Horus Heresy, thank you very much for joining me on a what's going on with my Triaros update video. So, a few weeks back I did an unboxing video of a newly purchased Mechanicum Triaros armoured conveyor. I was very pleased to get this. Unfortunately, the unpacking was something of an unmitigated disaster on the quality control front, and I had to get the majority of the parts replaced. Anyway, the helpful as always Forge-World customer service team, duly obliged, and last weekend I received a pack of parts, and it was all good. I thought, and let me show you and there are a number of parts, but we're looking at the upper hull, and here we have the original upper hull. Now, if you saw my original review, there was a load of there's some really bad mould slippage along this, and the detail was completely messed up. So not happy to have to spend hours and hours of work trying to recraft slip details on this upper hull piece, along with some others. I requested replacement, and I got them. So I got them, and I spent a few hours working on this tank, cleaning it up, washing it, and starting to test fit the hull components. So the main structural hull components last weekend, and I got to a point, and I was having real difficulty with the upper hull piece. I'd got the lower piece in place, got the sides, the tracks, and I just couldn't get the upper hull to fit. And at one point, so let me show you the new upper hull piece first. So here's the new upper hull, and as we can see, moulding is what we would expect. New, just so I don't forget. A little bit of slippage there, but I can live with that. That's actually easy to fix. So yeah, new part. What could possibly go wrong? Someone said that on Top Gear once to their famously. As I say, I'd spent a few hours working on this, and I was trying to get it all lined up to make sure it fit before I glued it, and I couldn't. And this piece here, I couldn't get it to fit on this side, and it seemed to be a bit short as well. And whenever I lined up this side, I found out that there was a gap. There was a bit of the lower hull sticking out on this side, and vice versa on this side. And after a fair bit of time faffing around, I was sort of beginning to despair a bit, and then an idea popped into my head, and I just thought, I know this won't be the case, but I'm just going to check that this part hasn't shrunk. So I went, and out of the sin bin, I got this part, which has been usefully labelled original sin, nice. And I lined the two up and compared the sizes. And let me do it this way. Let's do it that way around. So new is on the left, original is on the right. And well, the results were disappointing. So we work our way along, so it's difficult to tell with some of it, but at this point we can see that the new piece is slightly shorter than the original one. If we take it all the way to the end, and if I can keep it lined up so it's slipping around here, and I am doing this honestly, I'm not trying to trick you here. This is done honestly and truthfully. There you go, we can see the offset there. So this piece here on this side is about 1 millimetre short, and likewise, you can see that carried through to the end. So I can't quite get it in camera shot, but perhaps I can with a little bit of a. And there you go. Yeah, you can see that the new piece on the left is slightly short against one on the right, and although it only looks slightly short against the actual hull, the lower hull, you have a glaring lip that goes all the way around it. Also, the rear hull doesn't fit properly. You end up with a gap here and a gap here. So you're going to end up with like a rhomboid shaped hull if you try to get all the points to contact around the hull, which it isn't supposed to do, and then the tracks won't sit properly on the floor. So, interesting, a new example of part shrinkage. So I have spoken with those helpful chaps and chapettes down at Forge-World Customer Services, and I'm going to go see them tomorrow and have a chat with them about this. I'm going to take all the parts down and we will see what happens. So yeah, stay tuned for the next episode of What's Wrong with My Triaros. Thank you very much for listening and goodbye.